It's just like Monopoly, only fun.
Wait a minute, I like Monopoly.
Get ready for Nobody Likes Onions.
Welcome, happy Sunday, friends, enemies, nice folks, jerks, salad tossers. Can we get Josh Denny on this show? I'd like to have him on as an impartial guest. Just for the hoot of it, hi everybody. Welcome to the Nobody Likes Onions program. Nobody does it like we do it, some people say. But, you know, some people are really ramped up on bath salts. So who's to tell what the what the stuff is? Hi! I would like to get into all the Joe Rogan stuff. That's what I would like to get into. I think there's still time to save people on both sides. Never has our country been more divided. Never have we been more hurt. Broken! Never have we been more high on cigarettes. I've got a Juul here. I thought I'd enjoy a nice little Juul. Get high on the nicotine. The marriage will be in Croatia. It feels great to be engaged. I think I went to the show last night in a gym. Talk about uncomfortable. When you have to enter through the loading dock, am I right, everybody? Huh? Yeah. What? Unspread it. I don't know if that's how any of it works. But thank you. It's Sunday afternoon. Can we talk about this Joe Rogan stuff? And I know, like, everybody's got the hottest takes, but I'd like to have a real, honest discussion about it. Now, if you haven't, look, if you don't ever listen to Joe Rogan's show, then I don't know why any of this matters to anybody. Conversely, if you're one of these people who's posting like Joe Rogan's my hero because you have a photo with him in a green room once. Yeah. Maybe not that either. Let me set you all straight today. Let's dive into it. Joe Rogan doesn't care about black people. I just took a hit of my pipe. Water pipe. Want this to be legal in all jurisdictions. But I think when we talk about race and racism, for all of everyone constantly clapping and hitting themselves on the dick about what it means to have honest discussions about racism. Yeah, somebody just said is Moody here? Who's Joe Rogan? Ah, man, we got to start farther back than I thought. Everybody, pour yourselves a Pimm's cup. Okay, so I'm gonna assume everyone knows the dealio with the Joe Rogan sitch. Okay. Joe Rogan last week was in trouble with Neil Young. I'm gonna skip that whole traversy because of the new traversy, which seems to be the more important traversy. Oh, Moody is here. God damn. Well, look, I'm not going to assume Moody's not a busy boy, but he's welcome to call in and shame me at any point in the conversation. But here's where I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I'm going to treat this diplomatically. And I just fell off the moon today. I'll tell you where I stand on it. You tell me where you stand on it, and let's have a discussion. But in full disclosure, I am a listener of the Joe Rogan program, more appropriately, a watcher of the Joe Rogan program. Not on a regular basis whatsoever. I would sincerely estimate my Joe Rogan watchership to clips on YouTube occasionally. Most of them I have no interest. What did Jordan Peterson have to say? Big revelation about the Bible. It's like, I'm not interested. But on the other hand, there are some people I think who are interesting enough where I'll go over to Spotify and I'll watch the whole episode. I like when people like Neil deGrasse Tyson are on. I did go watch that doctor who everybody hates, the mRNA, co-inventor or whatever. I can't even tell you his name. That should tell you how much credence people should put into this. Robert Malone. That was his name, right? I'll get to your super chats in a minute. Listen, you got to know who Joe Rogan is, okay? Joe Rogan is a guy who does commentary for the UFC and stand-up comedy. He started a podcast like every other podcasting comedian on the earth. Jesus fucking Christ. I didn't even know if this was open. How do I end it? I'm in my preamble. We'll get to your calls. How does Skype even work? Dear God. Microsoft integrated it into their whole system. Okay, so listen. This is a guy who, by the way, before the comedy and before the UFC stuff, he hosted a show. He was an actor. The show he hosted, by the way, was Fear Factor, where people balance on a dangling I-beam while trying to snort platypus semen up a twisty straw. It was an insane show. There's no, this guy isn't trying to influence anyone to run for office. And by the way, I think America puts him in the appropriate box. We all know how much to listen to Joe Rogan, right? We all know just the right amount. He probably knows a lot more about fighting than he knows about vaccines. Okay. I mean, if you asked 100 people on the street they'd say that, right? So, I think we all have Joe Rogan in the right category. Now, you could argue, well, look, Joe Trump started out on TV, and but Trump's had political aspirations going back to the 90s. Some would say the 80s. That didn't creep up out of anywhere. And by the way, I don't think Joe Rogan has a fucking dream in the sun to be a politician. So, and when he does, we can all ask him, why he raked those ends over the coals so hard. Welcome to the show, everybody. Pour yourself a drink. Let's see some of the comments. Too many crickets on the moon. No one has been to the moon. Joe Rogan. Of course we went to the moon, Joe Rogan. If no one's been to the moon, how do we know what crickets are here? But not that moon. Joe Rogan. Okay. See what I mean? Joe Rogan is kind of a meme. Okay. So then you have to go like, well, okay, who are all these people who are mad at Joe Rogan? And it's like, well, someone combed through 12,000 shows or whatever it is, 1,200 shows, which is how many hours are his shows? At least 3 hours every show. And put together a 30-second clip of all the times he ever said N-word. Hilarious. Now, you could do that to this broadcaster. In full disclosure, I have used that word on this program a lot in the past, as have other co-hosts. God, one of the best parts of back when in the brief period of my life when I thought gaming wasn't retarded, playing with strangers online and screaming racial epithets at them is one of the funnest things I've ever done. In no way did I even know what race the other person on the other end of it was. It wasn't about that. It's the giggly euphoria you feel when you how do you say it? Okay. It's the giggly euphoria you feel when you do something as a child, like let's say, you're a kid and you find a porno at one of your friend's house, right? That kind of a thing. It's that kind of taboo thing that makes you just giggle, 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 ha, 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 tee, hee, hee. It's so wrong. That's why it's funny. Now, we mostly grow out of that kind of shit. I would imagine as a comedian, there's kind of another process you have, when you're trying to figure stuff out as a comic and your voice and stuff. So like, I think a lot of comics go through, God, I know I did. Just, oh God, it's racial. So it's funny. It's racist. So it's funny. It's so taboo. It's funny. It's almost satirical. Now that doesn't make it right by today's standards, of course. But, I also am not really interested in like hanging up people who aren't really a racist. So what do I mean by that? Does anybody think Joe Rogan is a racist? Okay. And this is like the Kevin Hart thing too, right? So this is like when Kevin Hart made a gay tweet or whatever. It's like, man, I haven't used that word in years. I don't think it's worth. Do I think I can? Sure. I can be an asshole and be like, freedom of speech. I should be able to say anything. It's like, yes, so. Look, if it hurts fucking people, I'm not fucking interested in it. If it's going to cause me more headache than it's worth, why would I? You know, all moral reasons and trying to, you know, pick sides with all that shit politically aside. If you use that word, there will be consequences for using that word, whether it's just social media lashing, whether it's you getting hit in the face if somebody hears you say it, the right person, you know, in public. Joe Rogan is a shorter, darker Jesse Ventura. Oh, here's Moody piping up with his first smug comment of the day. I think trying to label people as racist is counterproductive. That takes away from what it actually is. The worst form of racism is supporting and not questioning racists. Okay, so let's break it down. First of all, I don't know if labeling in and of itself, labeling racist is counterproductive. I don't know. It's like when people like, you shouldn't be able to drive around with the Confederate flag in the back of your truck. I don't know. Why not? If you want to tell everybody that that's what's important to you, okay. Now we all kind of know that's a label, right? The worst form of racism is supporting and not questioning racists. Okay, Moody, no offense, but this sounds like a whole bunch of nothing. I don't know what the fuck you're trying to say. My point is, I think, first of all, there was a Nazi rally in Orlando, I think, a week ago or something like that. Like 20 actual skinhead fucking guys with the Nazi flag out in them streets. So, you know, I think you're seeing more and more of that shit because all we're doing is polarizing this shit. I'm telling you right now, if you're one of these people who's screaming about Joe Rogan, not only are you a liar, you are part of the fucking problem. Now, this doesn't in any way condone what Joe Rogan did, but especially I don't like the dishonesty. Just say I guess he said some joke. He said something about on his podcast. This is way back in the day too, when he had when he was doing it in Red Band's bathroom. Fuck. Okay. So he goes, we were going to see Planet of the Apes and we got dropped off in a neighborhood that we weren't familiar with, and it was all black people. And I made a joke that we walked into the Planet of the Apes, straight up Africa. There were so few white people. He said this, and then he tried to spin it I was just trying to make a story funny. It's say what it is though. You were making a racist joke. Now it was a joke. That's why Joe Rogan's not a racist. But it was a racist joke. And in today's world, and even, I don't know when that was made, 10 years, who knows? Who fucking knows? Long time ago, I'll tell you that from the look of it. You know, it doesn't mean he hates black people. It doesn't mean he's a threat to black people. And therefore, I'm not interested in it. Now, you are fully within your rights to be yeah, somebody who makes those kinds of jokes, I don't want to be a patron of their comedy. I'll cancel my Spotify account until they get rid of him. And by the way, that's the way it should be handled. That's not cancel culture, by the way. That's just speaking with your fucking wallet. That is capitalism. So I think that's what should happen. You know, if you're so angry about this, by the way, you aren't. But if you're so angry about this, that's the way you vote. You can't use Spotify. And by the way, you stop using Spotify because even if you don't have an account and you're not paying Spotify, if you're using Spotify and they're playing ads to you, you are therefore taking part in the ecosystem that is Spotify and you should do it. And by the way, where does this whole like, I don't want my shit to be on the same platform as Rogan's shit end? Because it's all, if you want to zoom out, you're all on the internet. That's the platform. So that is the level playing field. That motherfucker doesn't say it to be funny, though. Louis C.K. and you say it, and I laugh because you're all making jokes, and it's also funny. Look, I can't judge it because I didn't see it fucking live, and in context, I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. I will tell you this. It was a racist joke. The joke was 100% the joke was equating black people to apes. It was backed up and affirmed by the statement afterwards where he said, like, God, there were so few white people. He said it was like, it was like being in Africa. 100%, it was a racist joke. I gotta clean my glasses. I'm sorry, very dirty. So it was a racist joke, and for him to try to spin it or make an excuse of like why it wasn't racist or how no, it's just exaggerating. It's like it doesn't matter whether he was exaggerating or not. The exaggeration was a racist joke. Now, I think racist jokes are fine, but I'm nuts. And also, I'm just not hurt by everything. And also, I don't need it to be funny. Some people in the chat are, like it wasn't funny. Well, it doesn't matter. We can agree, if you're honest, it was a joke. I doubt when he walked in there, he thought he was on Planet of the Apes and he thinks of black people as apes. He's joking. How do I know he's joking? He went to a theater in a black neighborhood. If he hated black people that much, he'd go out of his goddamn way to not watch it in Crenshaw. He's Joe Rogan. He can afford to go watch it anywhere. How dare you? This is the same guy. Are you? And by the way, how can I even turn it off? Have you hacked my whole system? I think this is highly inappropriate. And I've been hacked before, but this is next level. Maybe I have one of those Trojan worms. Whew. Either way, this is my bottom line. There's no more people safe by you getting rid of Joe Rogan than there is by you not getting rid of Joe Rogan. And by the way, let me tell you something. Joe Rogan said all that stuff years ago and you were able to sleep last week. What's got you curled up in a fetal position today, Tiger? Most of these people don't even watch Joe Rogan. And again, I watch it casually and I could give two shits. What I think's funny is people literally going like, oh, you should kick him off Spotify. It's like if they kick him off Spotify, I guarantee he gets to keep the money. I guarantee you. So thank you very much. And then he gets to go back onto more public platforms. Right? So, and I get it. He would eventually just be removed from YouTube as well. Sure. But at the end of the day, he'd probably find somewhere to reach more people that's more publicly accessible. Because, let's not forget, his viewership, I think, did take a hit when he moved over to Spotify. I don't want to switch apps to watch this guy. He was on YouTube. Everybody's on YouTube already. Everybody already has a Google account. Creating a Spotify account to listen to Joe Rogan? The data collection alone is insane. So, I mean, I don't know what's more valuable. I don't know my prediction. Here's my guess is that since they if you haven't heard, they pulled 71 episodes off. See, here's the thing. If you went out and found all the episodes that I had dropped the N-bomb in, it'd be like 7, maybe. 17. 17. No, I don't know, but it sure wouldn't be fucking 71. They just pulled 71 more episodes of the Joe Rogan show because he can't stop saying the N-word. Now, this backs up what I'm saying. He's saying it because it's such a silly thing. But that doesn't make it okay. You can't, like, just because a rule's dumb doesn't mean it's not a rule. So yeah, I don't know. Kick Rogan off Spotify and he'll be on every other app. Right. It's like people don't understand. And now I feel bad for Spotify because they've got a delegate dance here. So what do? Play it out. And even The Rock now is starting to go like, I didn't know he was. I love that. I love that, like, integrity and character and like personal relationships mean nothing compared with strangers' sentiments from the internet. It's like, oh, The Rock and Joe Rogan were friends and hung out and got along and understood each other. But what's this now? A tape of you from 10 years ago talking nothing like you talk now? What happened, man? Have you grown as a person? Answer. Like, fuck, yeah, man. I grew up with every adult around me in the world, including my father, using that word. I knew it was wrong growing up, so I used it less. It still got used, especially in traffic. Am I after black people? Am I a threat to black people? No. Matter of fact, shake hands with them on the reg. I know you're not supposed to say that kind of stuff. But yeah, so I don't know, man. What do you do? What do you do with a guy like Rogan? You keep him on. I think if Spotify keeps him on, the heat's going to get turned up a little bit, but probably make it through just simply because of the news cycle and how targets work. They'll move on to somebody else. Now look, Rogan's been a target before, and they'll circle around and come get him again. But they could dump him. Now, if they dump him, I think a lot of people cancel Spotify in protest. I think Rogan's hardcore followers, like people who are into Rogan, and people who just will want to err on the side of free speech and, make a stand with their wallet. Again, free to do, capitalism. Will cancel their Spotify accounts. But how much of a balance is it to the stock? That's the answer. It's like all they give a fuck about is making that stock go up. Now, acquiring Rogan made it go crazy. Getting rid of Rogan will no doubt crash it. Holding on to him looks like it's going to crash it. But again, Rogan is the number one podcast, as my dog Borks in the chat room points out. Okay? So, yes, he's the number one podcast in the world. Why? Is it because he's got everybody brainwashed and people love misinformation? I think, no. It's probably more the fact that everything else in our world is bite-sized 2-minute TikTokable bullshit. Right? So when people sit down and have in-depth discussions, There's a certain demographic who are into that, want to hear it, especially with people that they like or admire, or even people that they might have a completely, totally different point of view with. No matter which side you're on, you can't tell me that discussion with Joe Rogan, Tim Pool, and Jack McBrayer, Jack Dorsey from Twitter wasn't fucking interesting to watch both sides squirm a little bit. And you could kind of watch it and go, oh, I can see where they're bullshitting and I can see where he's kind of bullshitting. People are smart enough to do that for themselves. What I find incredibly insulting is that, like, not only do people in government think that we need to be handheld when it comes to what we consume, read, watch, talk about, essentially. It's that they've got a big contingent of you guys brainwashed into being their little fucking foot soldiers. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? He should be shut up. He's dangerous. It's like, oh my God, are you okay? Fuck. He's dangerous. This is a real post on a real friend of mine's thing. It says that the misinformation Joe Rogan has spread has cost hundreds of thousands of people their lives. Bring me the body bags. Point me to the old pile of bones. You're full of shit. And by the way, 17 people like that and agree. It's like, okay. We've lost our goddamn minds. And by the way, I thought Trump was responsible for all those bodies. Can't be both. Can't be both. You sure about that? You sure about that's why? So, yeah, I mean, we've, like, the fact that, like, we the people, anywhere from 20 to 40% of us are like, yeah, fuck yeah. The government and Mark Zuckerfuck should be telling us what's right and what's wrong and what's misinformation. It's like, these motherfuckers don't have a fucking thing figured out. Europe just opened all of it up because they go, there's studies coming out now. There's studies coming out now in Europe saying that the lockdowns did nothing. They saved 0 lives. Now, I'm not saying there shouldn't have been lockdowns. I'm fucking pragmatic. In the beginning of this thing, I was all for it. Let's shut her down, see what's happening. You motherfuckers still wearing masks alone at bus stops? Your brain's broken. You've been had. Wake the fuck up. God damn. The CDC is finally recognizing and admitting that people who have had COVID might have some natural immunity. What the fuck is going on? What's going on? How slow does this U-turn have to be? Just fucking say we fucked up. Open it up. Don't make us wait 6 more months. What's happening? What is happening? How the fuck is Wales ahead of us? How is Scotland ahead of us? How is Denmark ahead of us? Let's open it up already. This idea that you can walk through a restaurant with a mask, but the minute you sit down at your table, you can take it off. But then when you go to the bathroom, put it on. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Are all of you retarded? You've all been had. Fuck. And you're all doing it. Like, it's serious. I don't put my mask on when I go to the bathroom at a restaurant. And they yell at me like, sir, you should have a mask on. I go, grr, 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 grr. And I walk to the bathroom. Get over it. You've all been played. Joe Rogan is not a racist. Oh, fuck. He might be, though. 71 shows. 71 shows. Been pulled because he said the N-word. That's fucking crazy. Do I think he's a dangerous racist? No. Might he have a problem? Yes. Might his comedic development be a little stunted and juvenile? Yes. If you're still look, I'd be a liar if I didn't say that I'd hard laughed at a well-timed N-word here or there over the past couple of years, doled out by both the whites and the blacks. I put my mask on when I go to the bathroom at home. Fuck yeah. But you know what? That's fine. Like, I don't even care. Let the people who want to wear masks wear masks. Let the rest of us who understand that they're doing nothing get on with our lives. You know, Florida's been open for a goddamn year. Texas has been open for a goddamn year. They're beating California. They're beating New York. Omicron doesn't give a F. It's getting through. Everyone's getting it. Vaccinate your babies. Hide your wives. They Omicroning everybody out here. This is the kind of dude who yell at mask wearing people at Quick Trip. No, I don't. We have a mask mandate in Nevada. I put on the mask when I go into the thing. I went and played poker the other night with Sean from Liverpool. I wore my mask for 8 hours playing poker. I like it, you know, because I could stick my tongue out at people. But you know, what's the point? And you know, like, there's a reason that, like, and I'm not a Fox News shill. I find Tucker Carlson smarmy. But I watch them all. I watch Anderson Cooper. I watch Tucker Carlson. I watch Don Lemon. I watch Greg Gutfeld. I watch it all. I love watching the press conferences with that fucking idiot Jen Psaki. So condescending. I love it all. You people will wake up one day. I'm telling you. You'll wake up and you'll go, oh, why have I been doing their work? Why are you running around yelling at people about masks for them? The fuck is wrong with you? Like, what are you doing? We're fucking nuts. And by the way, it's gone both sides too, because I got the friends on the right, on the super right, who scream nonstop about freedom and mandates and da 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 da. Is like, are the same people they were like, Bob Saget was an immoral piece of shit. He should have been locked up. He was a pedophile. Da, 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 da. It's like, whoa. You know, meanwhile, there were not really any accusations against Bob Saget. He was a filthy comic. Okay. Borderline, you know, hacky pedo comic. You know, all about sticking Kimmy Gibbler's pooper. You know, that was his whole shtick. Do you think he actually fucked little Michelle? Are you okay? And by the way, that's the same person screaming about freedom. And man, it's like you're all crazy. It's like also the people, like, they say, like, the people at anti-vax Trump rallies have like Nazi flags. It's like, no, the people saying open the country, no mandates, aren't the Nazis. It doesn't even make sense. The Nazis are the ones who want the government to control everything. That's the Nazis. People don't even know what fucking side they're on anymore. Whoopi Goldberg is a Jew who doesn't know how to not hurt herself. What is happening, man? I'm enjoying it. I love it. But let me just say this. If you haven't figured out yet that this world is a video game for you to play, you're missing out. You're missing out. So you let us know when you want to grow up. Otherwise, keep screaming about Joe Rogan one way or another. Who gives a shit? He's racist. Okay, don't elect him to anything. I hate to tell you this. This is going to rock some of your snowflake hearts to the core. Being racist is not illegal in and of itself in this country, anyway. So you're allowed to be racist if you can find the hosting and the bandwidth. You can just run hate cast all the time. Who gives a shit? Imagine a company that'll let you run a whole podcast about the earth being flat. Shout outs to Mark Sargent. They allow that to be up there. But Joe Rogan having a conversation with a doctor, whether or not you think he's a quack or not, make your own decisions by watching the 3-hour interview. But they don't want that to be up on their platform, but a guy can keep doing a podcast about how the world is flat. What's going on? What's happening? What's wrong with everybody? You can have a podcast about the moon landing being a hoax. None of that shit's labeled misinformation. There's nothing on the earth, on the Flat Earth Society's thing about misinformation. Gives a shit. Watch it. If you want to believe the earth's flat, dig into it some more. Go for it. Knock your little fucking self out. You want to believe that vaccines don't work, knock yourself out. I don't understand the arguments about current laws. That's what we seem to argue about the most. We argue about whether or not abortion should be legal. It's like we settled it. It's legal. It's settled. Move on. Are gays allowed? Yes. It's settled. Move the fuck on. I'm sorry about your Jesus book. By the way, you still don't have to condone it personally, morally, in your family or your church. God bless. This is America. Joe Rogan can't like, and by the way, you know, they're like, well, he gave out, there's this clip too, like, well, here he is giving misinformation. It's like a super recent clip because it's the only one they can find. Oh, and did he get corrected in real time? Wow. Seems like the misinformation was immediately corrected then. Fuck, man. It's like, and the things, the credence you want to put behind it. It's like, let's act for a minute like, let's, recalibrate how important Joe Rogan is to our society. You just want to win one? Why are you so mad? Oh, I know why you're mad. Because he gets more viewers than all of it combined. Fox, MSNBC, CNN, all of them. Why? I don't know, because maybe people want to hear both sides of everything and then make up their own minds. Not just have a 2-minute pre-programmed segment. I don't know what else you need to fucking see other than when they... First of all, he never has anybody from the left on because nobody from the fucking left wants to go on and have a 3-hour conversation. They want to have a 2-minute conversation, plug their book, and get the fuck out of the van. That's how news works. Next ad. Sponsor. By the way, they're all sponsored by Pfizer and Moderna. It's crazy. I'm not saying there's a link. I'm just saying there is a conflict of interest. So, like, yeah, there is a reason they're all pushing you to get vaccinated. They're being paid to a little bit. Now, Joe Rogan's getting paid to shove you full of human growth hormone and Black Rifle coffee. Okay, he's got a little bit of a different audience. But I think we're all smart enough to see it when we see it. Come on. Fucking hell. You ever hear a 10-minute interview with anybody on the news? No, you haven't. Nobody could sustain an opinion for that long and back it up with facts and that's why the people that go on there are usually interesting people. So when they had CNN Sanjay Gupta go on there and Joe Rogan said to him, "Why does your network keep saying I take horse medication?" And first he acted dumb and went, "I don't know what you're talking about." And then they played him clips. And then he had to go to Joe's face. Otherwise, he would have got MMA'd. He had to go to Joe's face and just go, "Yeah, they shouldn't have said that. You clearly got human medication from your doctor." Then he goes back on CNN and Don Lemon goes, "Well, he's taking horse medication." And Sanjay Gupta goes, "Yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy." It's like, that's all I need to hear now. None of it means anything. All of your fucking proclamations of following the science and listening to the experts, I mean, it's all horse shit. All of it. All of it. All of it. Fuck, none of you know what's going on, you liars. How dare you? Yeah, I'm sorry. Can I get a how dare you, Greta? No, none of my graphics are working today. We probably can't do a baby shark. Oh, man, this is the worst day of my fucking life. You guys just have everything go wrong. Maybe we can get it going. Hold on. If I can get a Greta, how dare you, I'll feel like it's a personal win. Oh, no. Fuck. Everything's rebooting. Okay.
How dare you?
Woo, we did it. Give it up for WebSockets, everybody, huh? The hair looks good. Oh, come on now. It looks the same as it's always looked. It is getting gray. I will tell you this. The grays are starting to come in. The grays are starting to come in. I made it to 42 without mucho gray. And the ones in the beard, by the way, are white. They're coming in Santa white. Oh my God. We have Tommy Salami say, "I'm doing my comedy special where Bob Saget parked his car at LAX." Okay. CNN gets 700K views a show tops. That's crazy. And look, what is crazy, as much as people shit on Fox, and Fox is like a meme and a joke, they get more. I think they're coming up on 6 months of getting more viewers than everyone else combined. CNN, CNBC, MSNBC combined. So I don't give a fuck. It's funny as fuck. It's driving CNN insane. They lost Chris Cuomo. I hear there's some sex scandal about Don Lemons. I don't know. Anderson Cooper's probably perfect. He looks like a goddamn Adonis. Brian Stelter's got to be up to something. Who else is on CNN? They're dropping like flies over there. Jeff Zucker, who a lot of people will remember was the executive of NBC when Conan O'Brien is the one who basically kicked Conan O'Brien to the curb after 7 months at the Tonight Show. So real record of absolute clusterfucks going on over there. What about OAN? What is OAN? One America News or something like that? Isn't that like that really alt-right newspaper? Hilarious stuff. Oh, God. What about ESPN 8? The Ocho. Yeah. People's, God, what's funny is like the comics, the stuff, I don't know how to even like say this. The comics who are the most brainwashed left people. Like, and what I mean by that is like NPC, like I know what you're going to do before you do it. Like when anything happens, I know your opinion on it. And it's always like super down the third baseline. You know what I mean? Like there's never any nuance or actual thought put into anything you say. Typically a lot of aggression behind it too. Just outrage. Which, by the way, the more angry you are about this kind of shit is a real way to check yourself for being a brainwashed dolt. Like if you find yourself screaming about, like, remember the night of the election? I didn't know it at the time. I hadn't known Heskey that long, but the night of the 2016 election when Trump won, and Heskey like had a breakdown in my house. I didn't really understand it at the time. But like he really like was crying and losing it. And like, oh fuck. Yeah, I thought it was a bit. But like, yeah, so the more emotionally invested you were into this shit, like if you're reacting super aggressive and angry towards any of this stuff, you've probably been hooked a little bit, and you're a little too into the fold, if you know what I mean. So I don't have any tips for how to get out of that. I think it's good. I would say that you should probably watch your CNN and your Fox in equal proportions. That's what I would tell you to do. I'd tell you to watch a little bit of the people you don't like. Make yourself sit through Nanette. Somebody print that on a shirt. If you're reacting, it means you're weak. Well, if you're reacting, it means you haven't really processed anything. People who are emotionally balanced people don't typically get wound up into a fucking frenzy. Thou doth protest too much. You just described Adam Carolla angry and opinionated. I don't think he's angry. I think he tries to be a calm man. I don't listen to as much Carolla as I used to, but I like a good Carolla here and there. He's one of these ones who's putting out YouTube clips now on the reg. So like I'll catch a couple YouTube clips a week. I feel like I've caught up on my Carolla. I don't need to sit through Bald Brian playing sound clips. And by the way, when you see Adam Carolla's crew for the first time on the YouTube channel, that will blow your fucking mind. Holy shit. Bald Brian looks like a sick woman. And he should get some help. Bark box, baby. Adam Carolla. King of the Jews. You got it, baby. What do you want to talk about, guys? Hit me with some hard balls. I sent Lewis a message on Instagram about getting you on Skankfest. Yeah! That could make me or break me. But thank you very much. Also, if you want to join the overdose, To get access to shows like this will be a bonus show probably. Support the show. Get 20% off now at nobodylikesonions.com/overdose with promo code Omicron. What are the wedding plans? Am I invited? Get out of town. I met you, didn't I, Lev? I think I met you in Edinburgh at the Three Sisters. If my memory strikes me bold. I'm pretty good with numbers and names. $2016 probably. How many laps you doing in the swim spot? I don't really know if I do laps. I go out there and kind of just flop around like a tadpole, if you will. No, but I'll have a registry. I won't look. You probably aren't invited, but you probably can send me gifts. I'm gonna take it. One day at a time. I don't want to get married. This is all just for show. If you don't want to marry your chick, just propose. It'll buy you 2 to 3 more years, I figure. Depending on how dumb she is. Do you guys want to watch 1,000-Pound Sisters? Did you know Ty Rivera is working at an ice cream shop? And did you know you could go and get your photo with the legend? Ty Rivera, Ice Cream Kid. Fuck. I did a show last night in a gym. It's one of these don't tell comedy shows. So you really don't announce it beforehand. People who buy tickets, they don't know where it's going to be the day of. They don't know the comics until they get there. What a disappointment, am I right? And yeah, it was in this gym called F45 Fitness Training. And it was a weird gym because it was all just one room with like TVs with countdowns and stuff. Pretty much an escape room. There were no mirrors. I thought stand-up was gay. It is. It is. You know what's crazy, though? I'm better at it than everybody, so I got to keep doing it. Fuck. Is there some bad comedy? JK. Everybody's great. The community's super supportive. I'd rather blow my brains out. Hey, Melton, at least you're not Denny, eh? What's wrong with Denny? Look, I believe Denny could be F45 is a hot cult. Holy shit, really? Yeah, your comedy, it's trash. Imagine typing that into a chat. The guy goes, "Hey, Melton." It's like, what are you, my coach? Hey, Melton. At least you're not Denny, eh? Hey, yeah. Hey, your comedy, it's trash. Oh, fuck. Someone doesn't like my comedy. Ah! Oh, God. Oh, God. Hey, your comedy, it's trash. A good day, sir. Yeah. Like, oh, fuck, my world is unraveling. Do you think that I think everyone thinks my comedy's the jam. Oh God, have you seen Denny Drive? Come on, is he even still doing that? Do you have any kind of confirmation of that? Oh, you know what we need to do? Let's take a little break for station identification. I'll be right back. This is no reflection on you as a person. I've just made a horrible error. Stay tuned to this. Sorry about that.
Boy Black Pedro. I have placed my money in what few, pittance I have. I've placed in a few places in markets and crypto, and I have some ETF things going, and I have some cryptocurrencies. Oh, here we go. Got a couple of actual stocks. Here we go. Like I got a very, very small slice of some Bitcoin.
First of all, it's an excellent setup, as they like to say.
It's your boy Black Pedro with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'. So I own some Bitcoin.
It goes bad.
And nobody's. We're not here to tell you what to invest in at all. That's not what this is.
And it's going to go bad.
I have invested in the market now.
Get out now.
Hashtag Bitcoin.
It goes bad.
It's more secure. You can.
What could go wrong?
What do you call it? When they bootleg, forfeit.
Exciting.
Counterfeit, sorry. There you go.
So what do you got to do about it?
Instead of working for money, the market,
what could go wrong?
Cryptocurrency, if you're smart, if you're long-term with it and don't try and make risky moves.
What could go wrong?
It's an opportunity.
What could go wrong?
Constantly, daily, for your money to work for you.
The market doesn't just go up like crazy for no reason.
Maybe I need to fuck with it.
What could go wrong?
This is just, I don't know if y'all can see, like I got a very, very small slice of some Bitcoin.
Sell everything.
A few coins.
Sell everything.
I looked it up. Gold is still gold. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
And it's going to go bad. Aside from a few superstars, the public investors aren't getting particularly good returns already from these things, at least relative to other assets.
Throw $5 and get you Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying?
So you got to be careful when it gets this far.
It was like
what could go wrong?
50 or 5 point.
It's not even going to work.
It was like 5,000 people, like 5,700 people in the room.
Is it really that hard?
Got a couple of actual stocks.
It goes bad.
A few coins.
Sell everything.
I'm gonna definitely start fucking with Bitcoin because I've been fucking with basically investments.
And it's going to go bad. But you might have missed it if you're not as plugged into what's happening.
Bitcoin is right now. Like
they don't care what Wall Street thinks. Upgrades, downgrades, price target changes. It means nothing to them. It's just gibberish.
Yeah, I'm in the market and my money's in it's just not typically a thing that is taught to us in the hood.
They don't even care about traditional parameters of valuation like price to earnings or even price to sales.
We don't read books.
You take the good with the bad. Sometimes you feel like doing this.
And they say, you should invest in products that you believe in.
There we go again.
This is a way to beat inflation, right?
There we go again.
Also look at silver and copper. You got to think about how these commodities are used, these precious metals.
Sorry, I did just what? I did just shit myself. Don't worry about it. Very embarrassing stuff. Heard a rumor that Moody started an OnlyFans selling content. Facts or false? I would like to argue with Moody about shots fired on my boy Elon recently. Look, it's been a while since I watched your propaganda, Moody. But Moody made go give him the hits. By all means, search for a video called "Is Elon Musk Killing People?" I think that's what it's called, right? And it's just millennial clickbait. No, it's look, Moody works in autonomous driving. He's had no success whatsoever, so you shouldn't put a lot of credence on it. But is Moody here? Can we watch and critique a Moody video? Do you guys want to watch it together? I'm not worried about a copyright strike from Moody. He would never. Is Elon Musk killing people? Also, you know, Moody, I'm not sure Moody's the kind of guy who really needs to have an on-screen avatar designed of him. He's too sad all the time. And you can't just keep going back to, there was no one brown on the television when I grew up. Is Elon Musk killing people? A hot Moody joint, 23,000. Somebody, how dare you? This. I find this to be clickbait, and you got me, Patrick. Have you finally tapped out on Ty Rivera? Is he finally won? What? Are you okay? I don't even need that. Nice palette in the back. Thanks. I wish it was that cool. I wish it was like resourced wood from an old ship. I am saving for a Tesla. Send me in your dollars. Here's a hit piece on Moody. On Elon Musk. Where do you see this? Where do you see how dramatic he tries that at the beginning? But, you know, it's just a flop. Tonneau washing. This is going to be some...
I was a Bloomberg reporter with his Tesla Model S.
Tesla!
Then shows off autopilot by taking his hands off the wheels and feet off the pedals, while constantly turning his head to talk to the reporter while it drives itself, going completely against Tesla's warnings. Tesla's painted black autopiloted version says that a driver is there only for regulatory reasons. However, there were about 550 miles driven with 170 disengagements during the filming, and this was cherry-picked footage where everything went well.
True.
Tesla's Twitter account.
These are all true.
Summon, a feature where your vehicle itself picks you up, says, "Where have you parked your Tesla?" but also "Who cares?" while at the same time saying that you need to maintain a clear line of sight to the
Listen to Moody. Listen to the courage building, the confidence.
Elon Musk takes
Elon Musk
with autopilot while
where is he? Where's Moody?
On national news this
Bring me Moody.
We're still on track for being able to go cross country from LA to New York by the end of the year, fully autonomous.
While Tesla was under investigation for a deadly autopilot crash, Elon does another interview where he takes his hands off the wheel.
In terms of the technology,
it's very bad. Don't start these vapes. These are awful, man.
To buy one of your cars,
it's shit.
Take the hands off the wheel.
Get off the stuff. Quit weed too. I think this is going to be the year I quit the weed. I'm becoming too autono washed for all of it. It's like Moody's whole basic argument is this, that Elon Musk shows off a bit too much about how it self-drives when it's not really ready. They tell every driver that every time they turn on the car, just like yours today.
Why are you doing it?
But they're still just...
Because when I sit in the back seat, like, it's like a magical experience, man. Like, to just see self-driving cars finally work.
See, so like his argument is making all these idiots like
I'm not very good at decorating.
Ride in the back of their cars. Oh, Moody.
And I still don't know what to put on that wall. One of the very few pieces of decoration I have is this. It's a print of a painting by Seamus Ray, an amazingly talented artist, link in the description below, of Elon Musk on the Joe Rogan show. Confession time, I didn't buy it. It was a gift given to me and my partner from the in-laws.
Partner!
I have a habit of giving us meme gifts. One year we received a blanket of a Justin Bieber mugshot. I needed the walls to not look so barren, so I bought some picture frames, and this picture was...
Yeah, everybody's like, was he just crying? It's like, no, that's just Moody.
Because of it, the meminess
He just
of
always
it,
looks...
the fact that it's Elon Musk and I work on autonomous vehicles. Check, check, check. Let's put it up. For those new here, hi, I'm Mahmood. I'm an autonomous vehicle engineer. I only started really making YouTube content this year, and every so often I'd get comments about the picture where people will dismiss things I say or assume my position on things I haven't talked about because I have a picture of Elon hanging on my wall. I never really thought of him much before, outside of knowing the basic story. Founder of PayPal.
At the end of this, he tries to make this like a cohesive piece where he like takes down that picture and replaces it with something else. He's like, yeah, I just can't in good conscience keep promoting Elon. It's like, I want you to really tell me whether you think Elon Musk cars have saved or hurt more people. Be honest. You sure that's not why? You sure that's not the reason why?
Much more knowledgeable people have. My go-to line was, I like the picture more than I find him problematic, but now, since I started this channel and was wanting people to trust my word...
I mean, idiots are gonna do stupid things. How many idiots ghost ride the whip in a regular car? What are we talking about?
Whether or not I intend it.
Oh boy, the shots are coming in hard. Moody, you gotta come protect yourselves. I like this guy. I like this guy.
And this video is a result of that. So sit back, buckle your seatbelts, and tap your keyboard every so often so the computer still knows you're there. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't let your screensavers take over. I can't do the accent.
So, what is Tesla? Like, where did it start? I always thought that Elon Musk founded Tesla since he's constantly cited as the founder. Turns out that's not quite right.
So it's just a hit piece on Elon.
Tesla isn't the level 2 vehicle. They make based on an average of
wait till the end.
Failure of his self-driving technology.
But if your system is dramatically better, more reliable than a human, then driver monitoring does not help much.
I honestly believe that autonomous...
Oh, look, he's already got the photo down.
Over 94% of vehicle accidents happen as a direct result of human error. The danger to the industry here is that as Tesla gets into more accidents and
do you guys have any
the general public won't see it as
of the Bored Apes
killing people through Tesla's own safety negligence, but as autonomous vehicles killing people.
Come on, stop calling me a fucking nerd. If I find out where you live, I'm coming to your house and asking your mom if she's a fan. And what can we do? Because we'll probably set another table for two. Your mom and I are eating dinner for two. You're waiting upstairs. Up in your room, you're acting like a bad kid. You should be good because me and your mom are moving into the neighborhood. Cha-cha-cha, yeah.
Because a driver fell asleep and crashed. I'll repeat that. The reason that they rushed out a system which requires an actively supervising driver was because another driver fell asleep while being more engaged in the driving task. A couple months ago, a meeting between the California DMV and
doing a weed
pilot CJ Moore was made public. The California DMV were worried that Elon was saying that level 5
this feels fake
was going to be released.
This feels prepared.
While Tesla had only informed the DMV that they were producing level 2 vehicles. This line was supposed to be redacted.
NFTs now went forever, near or far. Non-fungible tokens you can use. Yours on the internet, sell it to me. You'll make a profit. Say you have an NFT forever. It's locked in on the fucking blockchain. Everyone is gonna be a fan now. Everyone is
a company which sets impossible goals for his technical.
Also, yeah, why is Moody wearing a
notoriously like that?
Child's wallpaper t-shirt
involved with the engineering of his products. That was Wozniak's gig. Elon likes to constantly state how he's intimately involved with
imagine not owning an NFT. Listen to this idiot in the chat. Imagine not owning an NFT. What a fucking loser.
Engineering CEO mastermind. But you can't honestly make impossible promises while saying you're technically in touch with your own company. You cannot honestly do that.
Final thought.
I want to like Elon. I really do. He's an introvert.
But he won't return my DMs.
He's awkward during...
Give us a like, won't you?
Flamethrowers because he thinks it's cool and fun. He went on SNL and was just a dweeb on TV. I know it's not for everyone, but for me, I like all of that stuff. If there's a billionaire
I like it a lot
because they do cool, fun stuff while achieving awesome technological marvels with their companies, it's him. And we do need visionaries. People like Elon fall more into the Steve Jobs and Thomas Edison categories than they do the Steve Wozniak and Nikola Tesla camps. And that's okay. Nikola Tesla was much more technically capable than Thomas Edison. He isolated himself from the world, stayed a virgin until he died alone. He achieved some fantastic feats along the way, including a way to produce a rotating magnetic field, which made electric motors possible, and that's why the company is named after him, Tesla.
Let's find Tire Bear. Oh god, he's doing current event videos again. Imagine him doing a video about how important it is to be vouched for. Oh god. Oh Lord. Yeah, the unbothered. Just. Oh fuck yeah. Ty Rivera. Current events.
Hello, friends. I'm making this video. A black person can use it in anything, but
I'm glad that I am being heard, and for that reason, I want to clarify.
To stand when it comes to India.
Look at the updated set, everybody. He's got it almost back to the way it was. You might not even notice that he had to move into a room. Please find out the story behind this. Like how, like whose house is he in? Please. Whose house? Run's house. This is nerd on nerd violence. How dare you? How dare you? Do I look like the kind of guy who's gonna sit here and be called a nerd by a guy on the net? Oh yeah, look at me, I got a Google account. Get a groundlings class, will you? That's not true. Tesla fucked some pigeons. Moody looks like Luigi from Mario after shaving his mustache. This is all fine. This is all great. This is all good stuff. God, I wish we had a better tie. Something cool. Something cool from Ty. I wonder if we have anything good from Ryan Barassa lately. Or Trez Mala, we haven't visited in a while. That guy ruled. 73 subs. Take that, Biden. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. He's got an upcoming stream, 7/24/20. Set a reminder, everybody. Set a reminder, will ya?
Yo, what up?
Think stopper.
What's happening, guys? Your boy Trez Mala. I'm over here at the Hoover Dam. I'm just doing a little small.
You just called me a parted hair glasses nerd. Wow.
Just want to record.
My favorite band is Weezer. This is my bit.
No content in a while. Helicopters going over. I hope you guys can hear me okay. I hope my headset's working and all that stuff. This is kind of an impromptu deal, but I just wanted to say hi and all that. And
in case you were confused,
I hope everybody's doing okay.
This
out there.
is an impromptu deal. I know it looks prepared. I know this looks like a big budget production. This is an impromptu deal. Okay? Don't get it twisted.
Election nonsense. And that's what I wanted to talk to you or mention about today is how everybody is okay with what's going on. How everybody's okay with believing that this is a legitimate
wow.
Election.
Wow. He's always Trumper.
Left, right guy.
He's got a hash pipe. Bum, 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 bum.
Oh no! In most elections, it's what do you want? The mumps or the measles? That's how I look at it. That's my whole deal.
Wow.
But this one was a little bit different, guys. Now, when I say it's a little bit different, yeah, it's left, right, this, that, and the other thing. But I'm a competitor in life. Okay. I grew
he does tours of the Boulder Dam, barely makes enough to live and buy ham. He throws it on his grill and cracks some eggs, plays with his kids, then uses his legs to take a tour of the Boulder Dam.
Corrections, and you get out and you do those and you perform. That's how I grew up. Okay. I love being an individual. I love being a part of a team. I like making things happen. At the same time, though, okay, being a competitor.
You planned all week. You planned all week for this show. That little wife of yours is holding cue cards and trembling.
Stuff like that. Hey, man, I just went on stage. I don't even bullshit. Let me do my thing.
Come on. Just let me be me.
Do it. Well, that's the thing with this election, guys. We're seeing more and more fraud. We keep seeing more and more
and
videos.
Let me be me on MTV. I'm Trez Mala. That's Tracy.
All right.
Patrick, come on. I'm just high, fellas. Hey, at least he's got a cool hat.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, speaking of cool hats,
that's what's actually happening.
Head on over to the store, nobodylikesonions.com/store. Buy a hat. It's the last chance you have to buy a hat.
There's no way this is legit.
And the hoodies before we come correct with our next drops. The hottest drops of merch. It's your cool chance to own NLO. Hate NLO? You one of those haters hanging out in the chats making me money? Great. Pick up a hate hat. Grab one. Of course, if you're an Omicron member.
You gotta have
over at nobodylikesonions.com/overdose. You're gonna love it. Come on over. Quit. You know, what's the difference between loving something and hating something anyway? Are you having a good time? Are you loving it? Either way, come on. Be a dad. Pick one up.
Come on, man.
All right.
Podesta war games. We're all about all this shit.
What the fuck is he going on about now? War games? This is
nuts. It's
nuts.
all there for everybody to see. It's in the news. If you want to be honest, you want to look.
Yeah, all the clues are there. If you and Dan Brown just get out your compasses.
Were the hit pieces. I couldn't find the actual factual things about a lawsuit I was looking up. And then I found it. But I guess where I found it on their website, they're only telling the truth. It was Project Veritas.
Wow, he's the guy who had Tim Pool swatted.
But they're not looking at the work. They're not looking at the content.
They're not following the clues, man.
That's the thing.
It's all there. If you'll just order Ron Popeil's new
in and fucking
set
watch
it
them count
and
the
forget
votes.
it.
That is the part of the process. That is legally allowed. That is a legal part of the
Listen to this. Not
stopping this. They're preventing it.
He's talking about January 6th before it even happens. This is like November 2020. Trez Mala stand-up is what I'm interested in. Because a lot of people don't give him credit for his stand-up, but like it's pretty fucking fire when you hear it straight up. When you hear it. If you hear it,
fucking people, what the fuck, you know what? I'm the conspiracy theorist here, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the fucktard. I'm the fucking guy that's supposed to believe everything. But whatever. Guys, I'm about ready to fucking, I just got the light, okay? I was about ready to I was going to go full-blown Alex Jones, talk about eating your ass, okay? I'm going to be that guy. You don't laugh, I'll fucking eat your goddamn ass.
By the way, can we talk about comedy specials for a minute? You know, I don't really have a formal comedy special, but it's getting really crazy what comics are calling a comedy special. I like that Flagrant 2 podcast, but that Akash Singh guy was like chugging and chugging about his comedy special coming out called Bring Back a Poo. He's got 189,000 subscribers. This thing's been out for 2 days. It came out 2-3 days late. It's 20 minutes long. It has like a 30-second intro. You can see how far I made it into it. And I like this guy. But you can see how far I made it in. This is like 20 minutes is not a comedy special. And I don't mean any disrespect to anybody doing this kind of stuff, but it's like you doing 10 minutes on a compilation special on Netflix or Amazon or whatever the fuck is not your comedy special. That's weird. It's weird. This is your comedy special? 20 minutes? Like, I wouldn't want you to, like, it says full comedy special. It's like, what? It's 20 minutes long.
About a poo. Here is a brown man married to a beautiful brown woman, owns his own business, selling overpriced products to unwitting white people. Poo is not racist. He's the American dream.
Well, you don't have to put a joke from the special at the beginning of the special. That's weird. Have you seen specials?
Hey, why you apologizing for laughing, bro? Look what we done to white men.
So then I'm wondering, because I didn't get that far.
Shit out, bro. You're allowed to be happy.
Oh, yeah, look, it switches to a different night. He's wearing a white hoodie.
You think I want my skin in that garbage franchise? Absolutely.
And then a blue shirt.
Voiced by a white guy. Don't woo, motherfucker, make me feel the way. Let me explain. Hey, don't hide your face when you laugh, bro. Fuck these bitches.
Fucking message to anybody that looks like me. You don't deserve anything. This idea you walk around with that you deserve certain things. You don't deserve a single fucking thing. Your parents, our parents who came here
So there's like a 90-second credits at the end. So this is an 18-minute special filmed over 6 guest sets. Like, bro, put out 6 videos on YouTube and monetize them all. And then keep writing and like you have a built-in audience. This is huge, 300,000 views in a couple days. But it's about expectations and using your brain. If you tell me this is a comedy special and it's 18 minutes long, I think you suck and don't have material. I think you scraped this together to get some money, but that sucks. You should have put out clips and just monetize them to build your brand up as a stand-up. Am I wrong? Then you're not disappointed. You can name each clip exactly what it is. Might get 10 videos out of that, depending on how you want to do it. So yeah, I heard that Edinburgh album is supposed to be fire. It's shit. It's shit. Should we do a listening party? Yeah, we'll do a release of it maybe and do like a live listen. It's so bad. Like, but whatever. Who cares at this point, right? It'll get hits. I'll put it up on YouTube. We'll get all the listens to it. Dude's manifesting what he wants, a real comedy special. Yeah, but look. And look, there's been some specials that have been done at different clubs all cut together. But like, let's say Adam Sandler's, like that was great. But you can do that. People are saying I'm big time wrong. Make your special and show us how it's done. I'm not making a special. I don't have an hour of material. Look, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. I'm a real comedian that self-hates on a level you can't fucking imagine. I don't promote this podcast when I perform live on stage. I don't think it's worth the promotion. I don't promote my stand-up on the podcast rarely. I don't think it's worth the promotion. I rarely tweet about my shows or Instagram about my shows. I find it all very self-flatulating. Would I like to have a stand-up special someday? 100%. When I work at it hard enough and write an hour that I want to be in a cohesive piece of stand-up. I wouldn't waste my own money on it, so I'm sure not going to waste somebody else's right now. Now, look, I guess you can say a 30 minutes is a special because there have been some 30-minute specials. But, like, this idea now where dudes are putting out, like, 15-minute videos and going, like, it's my special. It's my special. And I get it. I just, like, I wouldn't call it we got to come up with a different word, I think. Maybe that's the issue. Just as an old school comic, like, a special is we can extend it to streaming now, but a special is HBO, a special is Netflix, a special is Hulu, a special is not we had $5,000, so we got it up on Amazon. That's not hard to do. Anyone can do it. Go look at some of the quality of the stand-up specials on Amazon. Holy shit. Holy shit. Aziz just did it too. Yeah. Aziz has like a 15-minute like special on. God, and it's such a pandering. I'm watching it, and he just like talking about how stupid and diseased non-vaxxed people are. It's like, okay, this is super brave stuff in New York City, dog. Do you need an escort home? Oh, fuck. Oh, this guy's really hitting it hard. You don't have 4 minutes of material. It's like, man. Do you understand that, like, you're I can't, I don't even know how to break it down to a dummy. Like, it's like, it's just like going like, you idiot, you can't drive. And it's like, I can drive. So I'm not, and by the way, we both know I can drive. Like, I get paid to do stand-up on the reg, even when I'm not really working a lot right now. I'm still did a show last night, got money for it. But people, but it's like, if you go, you idiot, you can't drive, but like, I know you can drive, you know you can drive. So I'm just an idiot now screaming nonsense. He just goes, you just said you don't promote your comedy. It's like, what does that even mean? What does that have to do with anything you're talking about? You don't have 4 minutes. It's like, okay. Oh, this guy says he's in a wheelchair. That sucks. Sorry about that, man. Have you been in a wheelchair your whole life? Were you born like that, or accident, or what happened? I'll wait. I'll hang up and wait for your answer on the radio. Chris, you don't even exist. What the fuck? You're not an old school comic. Bitch, I'm coming up on 18 years. 18 years. 18 kids. I'm in a wheelchair and I feel bad for you. That hurts, man. It really, really hurts. And I get it, because I've been in a place where I don't really like myself. Medical negligence? Holy shit. So a doctor... So you came out of a procedure like this, or they missed something that led to this and it's irreversible? And then do you have your limbs? Do you have your legs and they're just not usable? Or are you weebles wobble, but they don't fall? Are you like cut off at the waist or the knee? Let's get into it. Doctors ignored obvious signs that went bad, led to wheelchair. Yeah, that's the fucking worst one, man. Oh, he said, don't feel bad for me. I'm good. I don't know. When you have hate in your heart and, you live your life like a roller pig, that's the worst. They miss something. These fucks. I imagine you got a lot of money then and some sort of settlement. Yeah, massive infection. That's what I mean. That's the worst kind because it's got to be painful. Look, like you go in for an operation, like where they're supposed to like do something and you wake up and your shit doesn't work. Like, fuck, that's the worst. But also, it is what it is. It's slowly happening over time because of a doctor missing something. I imagine has to be painful and frustrating AF. Yes, I can stand, can't walk for distance on my own. Well, that's good. So you can like wipe. You could like wipe for yourself, like stand up and wipe. I imagine you can use your arms. Did you sue the doctors? Are you rich? Waiting on settlement. Waiting on the stars to fly. Or imaginary. How do you poop? This should be a question forever. He was going to get his dick chopped off and they cut off his limbs instead. All right. Not everything has to be a murder mystery, Mr. Boudet. Mike Boudet of The Sword and the Scale, everybody. Big time podcast over there on Podcast One. Mike's not interested in the comedy tour. I asked Mike, he said, you should do a Sword and the Scale experience weekend and book a comedy tour. And it's just me and Ian Bagg going toe to toe. Couple of bags. Just chomping on each other's bits. Not cool enough for wheelies. Yep, all good. I live on my own, independent, thank God. All right. Well, God bless you and both Tammy from 1,000 Pound Sisters are independent. Does anybody, nobody wants to experience me. Come on, I do. All damn day. Did you guys know that Tommy Lee in that new documentary is played by Trouble in Vegas? Just a completely out of it rock dick. Enough about old wheels. You gotta get it together. Are you able to smoke meats? Are you able to eat treats? Back Get it. All right, so we covered it with Joe Rogan. You're not really mad. Stop piling on, you idiots. He's not a racist. He's not after your children. You didn't save any black people from anything. Stop it. Knock it off. I haven't really heard an argument, so it seems like you all agree. But that's just because I surround myself with cripping since 2 marches ago. I guess, like, if you have to go into a wheelchair, a good time to do it is the beginning of 2020. Right? Like, fuck. You're going to be home most of the time anyway. This is an alt-right channel. You heard it here. Oh. Wow. No. Not alt-right. Pretty common sense, man. I think abortion is murder, but should also be legal. I think Joe Rogan made racist jokes, but probably isn't a racist. I think if you've never said the N-word, then you can go right ahead and criticize him. I think if you want to pretend you have a moral superiority to Joe Rogan, even though you've never really listened to him at all, okay. Like, if it makes you feel better, again, A, you're a liar, and B, you're retarded. Like, you just, like, what are you talking about? The same idiots who, like, constantly talking to you about Trump, it's like, I haven't heard the word boo from Trump in a year and a half. Not a thing. Except when you guys keep talking about Trump on January 6th and how he almost, he was trying to get in. He exhausted every effort to get in. He tried to have it overturned. We saw his text. He tried to do it. It's like, okay, did it work? Or can we all move on with our fucking lives? How many more billions of dollars would you guys all like to burn looking into nothing? He almost. It's like, okay. We could have sworn. Okay. You're all out of your fucking minds. I'm not all right. I'm all right. There you go. This is an all right channel. Trump is old news. You're right. Yeah, but is it though? Like every day on you know, they try to tell me about how new texts have come to light. Pence says this. It's like, Pence? What? Out of your minds. Liberals scream all the money. What does that mean? You're all missing a trick, man. Nancy Pelosi's pocketing all of it. I've tried to tell you. All right, we're going to get out of here. I'm still a little in my COVID fog. So I'm going to get out of here. Again, this Wednesday night, just everybody listening, very, very important. This Wednesday night, very special show. We're going to have a guy in here who's going to tell a story that's never been told. A story that's never been told. You're going to want to hear it. It involves a man being punched in the face. Send me money. I'm getting I have sins.
This is all wrong. I shouldn't be up here. I should be back in school. On the other side of the ocean. You all come to us young people for hope. For hope. How dare you? We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money. You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words. How dare you? when the politics and solutions needed are still nowhere in sight. In sight. You say you hear us and that you understand the urgency. I say we will never forgive you. We will never forgive you. Never. Draw the line. Right here, right now is where we draw the line. Right here, right now is where we draw the line. Right here, right now is where we draw the line. But no matter how sad and angry I am, I'm one of the lucky ones. One of the lucky ones. People are suffering. Ecosystems are collapsing. People are dying. How dare you? 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 We will never forgive you. The world is waking up. And change is coming, whether you like it or not. We'll